It is Rotator.
Ooh.
So
Man,
basically, it's a
pour some
tournament.
out for whoever's got to face
Yeah,
Rotator.
it's basically a tournament to decide who loses to Rotator.
Yep, that's us. You're probably wondering how we got here. Well, we're going to tell you on today's edition of the Mac and Jack Champion Attack.
Yes, lad. We were so wrong last week.
Oh, yes. And honestly, much like for an Oaken Shield, never have I been so glad to be so wrong, to be quite honest. But we will come to that in due time. My name is Jack Finney, your never popular host in all of this. And opposite me, on the other side of the world, is the man from the land down under, who you can always rely on to pass you a Vegemite sandwich, and who plays death roll at parties, or at least he would like to. Australia's number 86 filmmaker, Makon Crayley. How you doing today, Mac?
I literally have a Vegemite sandwich right with me right now.
Huzzah! Well,
unfortunately, I do not have a death roll with me, but I have the sandwich.
That's cool. One day you'll make contact with the team and
I hope so.
Get them to take you to the States or something.
Honestly,
or at the very least, you could,
I'd like to
form
do a
the
documentary
fan club for them. Yeah, I mean, hey, what's the space? Maybe one day it could happen.
I hope so.
I mean, Australia's most successful combat robot ever, after all.
True. Like, I think it would make a good documentary. Like, it'd be fun.
Anyway,
yeah.
So on today, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh hell
or
yeah!
Or should I say, Revenge of the Palindrome?
Revenge of the Glitch.
Yes, Revenge of the Glitch. The glitch. There was like a glitch in what I said.
There's a glitch. There's a glitch in our fucking brains.
Oh yes, this is the third time we've attempted to record this episode today because I kept getting the damn name wrong of it.
Imagine that. Imagine trying to say a name of a podcast you've done 3 of and instead saying the name of one you did like 14 episodes of. It's almost.
I know, right?
It's almost as if renaming the podcast was a bad idea. I mean, I like the concept. I like the concept, sort of.
But yes, on today's episode of the Big Palindrome Rumble, we had Rotator acting as Battlebots gatekeeper for this episode. A nightmare fight for anyone, and was a strong tip to win. But as we alluded to earlier, we will come to that later. I'm still not over the shock of all this, frankly. To be honest.
This was one of the weirdest episodes of Battlebots like I've ever seen, because like it wasn't super exciting, but like once you got to the exciting stuff, it was wild.
Yeah, you know what this was? This episode was the Missingno of Battlebots so far. Just a big old glitch.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, but man, quite a few fights that we've got to talk about today. Some of them more interesting than others, but it was a very exciting episode to be sure for various reasons. What was exciting was really, really, really exciting, and yeah, I can't wait to talk about this.
Oh hell yeah!
So we shall begin at the beginning with Dragon Slayer versus Uppercut, and my initial thoughts on this were I expect Uppercut to smoke Dragon Slayer, and essentially that was what ended up happening. Uppercut coming in with a different weapon than normal.
Yep.
Let's see. Mac, how would you describe this weapon?
I'll describe it as basically being a double-edged sword.
Essentially, yes. Right. Okay, so the best way to describe this, it's almost like a drum from what I remember seeing of it.
Yeah.
Is that how you would describe it?
Like, not, I guess a mini drum? Like, not a mini, like a drum-esque is probably the best way to put it. It's like a big...
A drum-esque piss.
Yeah. Bigger disc than normal. But, like, not drum size.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't quite have the same oomph, but it was still very dangerous, as a mutual friend of ours pointed out. Shout out to you. You know who you are. And, yeah, it was a pretty epic-looking weapon on Uppercut, and great breakdown by Pete Abramson as well, going into all of this. I love Pete. He's awesome. Bot Whisperer, shout out to you for doing this for over 20 28 years now as well,
Oh,
because
wow.
it was actually very recently the anniversary of the very first Robot Combat event, and I believe Pete Abramson was actually involved in that.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, because remember, he was competing in original run Battlebots, and he came in through the original Robot Wars events
Oh, nice.
back in, 1994.
Oof. Oof. I was 1 year old. Actually, no, I probably would have been 0, actually, at the time.
Yeah, man. Wow, we are fast approaching the 30th anniversary of Robot Combat existing,
Wow.
and oh man, it does not feel that long.
It really doesn't.
But I digress. Anyway, returning to the fight, I did not give Dragon Slayer a hope in this fight because they're a rookie bot and they're up against Uppercut, who has shown themselves in the past season to be one of the absolute most, well, past couple of seasons really, to be one of the absolute most dangerous machines in the entire run of the show. And big hits immediately with the two going weapon to weapon. Dragon Slayer did make a point beforehand that they didn't want to go weapon to weapon with them, but about 4 seconds in, that was what happened. And now, to its credit, Dragon Slayer actually did give a little bit better of an account of itself than I expected them to do.
Oh, yeah.
They managed to take down one of the self-righting bars, stabilizing bars on the side of Uppercut. But that was pretty much all that they were able to do. They weren't able to properly take advantage of this.
Yeah.
Because when they went weapon to weapon, Uppercut was clearly the stronger one. Uppercut is in a class of its own in regards to weapon power as well. And ultimately managed to finish the fight by immobilizing Dragon Slayer. But it looked to me like Dragon Slayer actually managed to do more damage to Uppercut than expected throughout the fight, because it seemed like at the time that Dragon Slayer was finally counted out, that Uppercut was having some mobility issues. Would you agree?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, this is one of those cases where, like, there could have easily been an upset if, like, they didn't immediately end up falling into the weapon, like, first thing, then, like, this could have very possibly been an upset, but oh, like, it's one of those things.
Yeah, and, Dragon Slayer is one of those teams that will learn a lot more from a loss right now than they will from winning. Because, and to be fair, there's no shame in losing to Uppercut. Uppercut is a monster robot for any machine to face.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Dragon Slayer is basically like the equivalent of a pocket knife going up against a fucking sword, like a massive sword, like a gut sword.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
Yeah, like, still dangerous, but yeah.
With any luck, they'll come back. With any luck, they'll come back stronger next season, and hopefully start to actually live up to the possible potential that they've been demonstrating.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, nothing really much to write home about with this fight. Uppercut moves on, and yeah, we get a pretty decent opener out of it.
Yeah.
With that, we come to internal combustion engine wave versus free shipping.
Oh man, I was so disappointed that Ice Wave didn't explode.
Oh man. Okay, so they really highlighted the age and lack of recent success for both teams here in the opening package for this, and I think that's maybe just their way of alluding to some stuff, maybe for later on. But I guess we will see. It's going to depend on if Gary Jin and the Ice Wave team do end up coming back for the next season. Hopefully they do. It's always a pleasure to have them around. But yeah, they made a point of highlighting the age and how long these two teams have both been competing, as well as their relative lack of success in recent years as well. I was expecting a really good driving match from both of these teams, and especially knowing Free Shipping's pedigree, because as Original Sin, I believe it has the most combat robot wins ever, from what I understand. Yeah, mainly through competitions such as Robo Games.
Oh, okay.
Free shipping when it's not competing in BattleBots competes as Original Sin, from what I understand.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Or they might be distinct machines at this point, actually, but it's the same basic principle. Original Sin is basically just a wedge, though.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Free Shipping clearly planning the classic box rush tactic for dealing with Ice Wave, and instant success with their Spinner Killer Plow. One of two configurations used in this episode that kind of spoils the outcome of this bout, but whatever, it is what it is. And yeah, okay, so they came in with their horizontal spinner, spinner killer plow in this one, and yep, firmly took control of this belt, and yep, just shoving Ice Wave all over the arena. Ice Wave not able to do more than scratch damage to the plow, and having no real answer for any of free shipping's driving as well. Now, one bit that we did get very, very excited for ultimately didn't end up panning out. But we are all aware that Ice Wave operates using an internal combustion engine to drive its weapon. And what did free shipping try to do, Mac?
He tried to set him on goddamn fire.
Yeah, it straight up tried to blow Ice Wave up using the flamethrower. And I'm going to say sadly because it would have been an absolute spectacle if they had managed it. Obviously, I don't want to see Ice Wave completely and totally destroyed beyond repair.
It would be amazing television, though.
Can you imagine that kind of explosion in all of this?
Like, dude, I was getting so worried when they were, like, right up against where the pilots were.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, in hindsight, it's probably for the best that didn't happen there.
Yeah.
I mean, the box is built to withstand all of this stuff, but still. Oh, man.
Yeah, you really don't want to be playing with explosions, like, that close.
Yeah. Oh, but man. Still, all was not lost on that category, as we will see later on.
Yeah,
Anyway, with all of this, it did end up going to a judge's decision, and to my great surprise, despite it being not being the most exciting bout, I thought it was very, very, very easily a bout that you would give to Garage Inn and free shipping and all of this.
It was.
But somehow, it ended up being a split decision.
What the actual fuck was that second judge watching?
My guess is they figured that because of the configuration of free shipping, Ice Wave got all of the damage points out of the two of them.
That's ludicrous.
Even though, yeah, it was like scratch damage at best. And it's just more than ludicrous. It is out and out preposterous.
Yep.
There is no metric that Ice Wave wins that fight. And I love Ice Wave. I do not say that to insult it, but there is no metric in which Ice Wave wins that fight.
Yeah, that was...
It's just ludicrous.
That was
Redonkulous.
Laughable.
Yeah.
They tried to hoodwink him.
Such as... But it is what it is, and with that, free shipping manages to move on to the second round. And huzzah for Gary Gem, because I believe he went pretty much winless in the actual main season. So managing to get a win at all.
Fuck.
Yeah, managing to get a win at all. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for him in this instance.
Hopefully they have a better season next time.
Yeah, fingers crossed. With that, we come to the highlights, and I do use that term loosely, of
The
Retrograde versus Mammoth. Yes. I was actually quite looking forward to seeing how this fight would go, so the fact that it ended up being a highlight package was very disappointing to me, I'm not going to lie. Because I actually really liked the configuration of Retrograde in all of this, like the lifter plus undercutter.
Yeah.
That was something I was actually really looking forward to seeing, but Retrograde pretty much immediately just took out Mammoth's weapon chain and just wasn't able to finish it off, so it ended up going to a judge's decision. It ended up just being a pushing bout, apparently.
A hugging match.
And there's just really nothing to say about this. Retrograde moves on.
Yep.
And yeah, there's only so much that you can talk about with this fight when most of it wasn't shown on TV, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like we wouldn't have much to talk about regardless.
Yeah, this is true. Do you have anything you want to say about this fight?
No. What could I say about it?
What indeed?
But speaking of what, Glitch versus Gruff.
Oh yes. Right, now, we were very fond of Glitch in the actual mainline show, weren't we?
We were.
I mean, how could we not be? It's a vertical spinner that, rather than using the whole four-wheel drive vert meta that is honestly so tired and played out, even if everybody does use it to great success, we got a vertical spinner using Omni wheels, and a really, really aesthetically pleasing design as well, I must say.
Yeah, and it beat Hydra, so what's not to love?
Yeah, yeah, we love you, Jake. Thank you again for commenting on our episode. But it was
Oh,
was admittedly pretty satisfying.
It was. It
when
was.
that
It was
happened.
cathartic.
Yes, but I digress. Anyway, yes, we very much are admirers of Glitch, and so we were really looking forward to seeing how it would perform in this episode. We love Gruff as well, but yeah, we just really wanted to see Glitch come out of this and fulfill its potential and hopefully make a deep run into this. And this bout did not disappoint us.
Yeah,
For the most part, anyway.
It was a slow dance of a fight.
Yeah. Now, there was a really good description of Glitch's drum spinner acting as a haymaker. And I was thinking to myself, are they possibly alluding to Glitch versus Uppercut down the line? Okay, so initially Glitch, what I've got written here is that it had some initial control issues. Let's see, partly from trying to get around the box because, let's see, it does tend to have some drive issues in each of its fights from everything I've seen, but manages to get a good hit on the lifter. Its forks were really working against it in this fight, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because they got stuck, like, once, and, like, they were sort of, like, tiptoeing around him from that point on.
Basically, yeah. But when it did manage to land a big hit, oh, buddy, what a hit it landed. Gruff was badly hurt as it took a massive chunk out of Gruff's chassis as well, and it looked like the flamethrower was going to end up blowing up almost. It didn't quite work out that way, because Gruff, tougher than old boots. Well, that's not exactly a high bar for Battlebots. Okay. Tougher than something extremely tough. Gruff tough is a term that we use for this, after all. Yeah, tougher than diamond.
Diamonds are unbreakable.
So, yeah. So Gruff managed to hang into a judge's decision, but it wasn't able to do much to Glitch at that point. Although, if anything, yeah, Glitch's forks continued to hinder it throughout. But it did manage to land a giant hit on Gruff at the bell that sent it like 8 foot into the air, and it was absolutely amazing. And that was definitely a decisive hit. Glitch the clear winner. It was finding its feet in this fight. When it hit, it really, really hit. Gruff doesn't have anything to be ashamed of losing to Glitch, because Glitch, awesome hits, and it just really shone through with how tough it is again.
Yeah.
Glitch overall,
I'd say Glitch's biggest problem in this fight is that it's too glidey.
Yeah, and it's like having some control issues because of that, and that's always going to be the issue when you're operating using Omni wheels.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, yeah, super entertaining fight, and I was very happy to see Glitch move on. Hopefully we'll see Gruff shine in the next season, and hopefully we'll see Glitch do so as well, because if what's to come in this episode is any indication, I think they will go far.
They will.
I mean, after all, they made it all the way to the tournament in the actual mainline show, but, unfortunately had to withdraw due to tech issues.
Yeah, true. And now they are 4-0.
Oh, yes. And we shall see how that goes later on. Anyway, Uppercut versus Free Shipping 2. It's a match.
It's a replay.
Yep. Uppercut versus Free Shipping 2. The re-explosioning.
Yeah.
This time, Free Shipping coming in with the vertical spinner killer plow, which didn't end up working out very well for them. I mean, one hit from Uppercut and it damn near ripped that plow in half. It tore a massive chunk out of that plow. And immediately Uppercut manages to get to the side, rips Free Shipping open, and blows it up again.
Beeper. We got the promised explosion.
Oh, yes.
Not as big an explosion this time.
Yes, this time there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot less in the way of actual explosiveness this time. But it's always entertaining to see an actual explosion in the battle box these days.
Yeah, I think it's because like a lot of the gas, I guess it is like came out of it before like it actually had a chance to ignite. So. Yeah.
Yep, that does sound about right. Cool.
Still did damage, though.
Okay,
did a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah. But with that, there's not much else to talk about this fight. Uppercut moves on. It sucks to see Gary Jin lose out again. But, with any luck, we'll see Free Shipping do better next season. Fingers
Hopefully.
crossed. And up next, Glitch versus Retrograde. Now, in this one, I was thinking to myself, Retrograde may have the advantage here due to the configuration of their weaponry, both the lifter and undercutter, combined with Glitch seeming to have a lot of control issues.
Yep.
Now, there was some really good commentary by Pete here on the four-wheel drive vert meta as well, which I very, very much enjoyed. I always love hearing what Pete has to say in these situations, but hearing him talk about that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Did you have any other thoughts going into this fight before we actually talk about the fight itself?
Not going in, like, because I was sort of even on, like, who might win this.
Yeah. It was like, this one was definitely a toss-up in who could win, and it ultimately was a toss-up on who would win as well.
In a surprising way.
Like, you could definitely make a case for either robot having won this fight. And now, Glitch very quickly bent Retrograde's forks on its lifter, but Retrograde came back at them aggressive with the undercutter and managed to leave Glitch limping on a number of occasions. Now, overall, I have aggression and control for Retrograde throughout this fight, but monster hits to take the wheels out by Glitch. Yeah. You cannot ignore those. There was so much damage done by Glitch to Retrograde in all of this, who did put up a very, very game fight, and great comeback from Glitch to overcome the earlier issues that they were having with control as well. Like, I would definitely give the first half of this fight to Retrograde and the second half to Glitch. You could make a case for either machine having won this. It was very, very close. Let's see. Ultimately, this came down to a split decision, with the winner being, drumroll, Glitch.
Yeah.
And Farouk was very, very visibly he was visibly disagreeing with this. You could see in the way that he read it, the way he took a moment and just glared at the camera for a moment, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, honestly, I was fine with Glitch winning, but, like, I kind of had Retrograde winning that.
Yeah, personally, I actually had Retrograde as the winner for that fight. I don't have an issue with Glitch winning it because it was very, very close between the two of them. Like, so this one was pretty much a toss-up on who won. Personally, yes, I had it for Retrograde, but that's because I do, you know me, I love control bots, and I value control and aggression. That's why I, forever champion Beta, having beaten Rotator in the manner that it did, even if a lot of people do disagree with that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, out of the two, yes, I personally had Retrograde. You had Retrograde. Farouk had Retrograde. Many people had Retrograde. But you can't really complain about this outcome because it was very, very close, and it was a very hard-earned victory.
Yeah, like it makes sense. I didn't agree with it, but it made sense. There's an argument that could be made. So yeah.
Yeah.
And Glitz's the streak continues, 5-0.
Yep. Oh man, what a run that they are on so far, right?
Up next, we had right here.
Up next, we had a hype package for Rotator, and they did a great job at really just building up Rotator ahead of the main event as well. Everybody knows what a legendary machine Rotator is at this point, and it has absolutely earned every single bit of its pedigree. Victor Soto is an absolute mechanical genius, and just getting to see Rotator get the respect it deserves. It's such a pleasure.
Oh hell yeah!
This is a sport that really does, offer the reverence to the legends as it should.
Yeah.
And with that, we come to leading into what would be the main event after. We have Glitch versus Uppercut. Now, Glitch was coming in as a pretty major underdog out of the two of these. Like, Glitch has been doing absolutely fire so far. But it was struggling a bit throughout the episode, and Uppercut, needs no introduction. It's a championship caliber machine, absolutely. This did not last long, however, because Glitch came in and started landing some massive hits on Uppercut. Uppercut, to be fair, managed to also get in some good licks as well, but Glitch was once again experiencing some major control issues. I believe at one point they drifted over to kill source slot and got stuck.
Yes, yeah.
but ultimately did manage to get free. Whereas Uppercut started demonstrating serious mobility issues after a few hits from Glitch, and it ultimately ended with the two of them getting counted out at the same time.
You love to see it. You don't really love to see it, but like, yeah, like Uppercut like bounced around a lot. It was a fun fight.
Because it's very rare when you see a double countout. I can only remember one other instance, and that was between Deep Six and Nelly the Ellybot.
I mean, there was one last year as last season as well.
Oh, was there?
Yeah,
Remind
it was
me.
Mammoth and Tombstone, I think. Actually, no, I know Mammoth. I know, yeah, it was Mammoth. What was it?
Oh yeah, Mammoth Tombstone. Yeah, I forgot about that.
There was also the fucking Captain Shredder thinger one. Gigabyte one.
Oh yeah. Yes, makes sense. Okay. My notes here, there's no controversy here. Of the two, Glitch was the clear winner, but apparently I was wrong because it was a split decision once again.
This one made less sense. Not as much.
Yeah.
It didn't make not as much sense as the Ice Wave one, but it still made little sense.
Yep, pretty much agreed. But yep, of the two of them, I definitely say Glitch's win, and I've got down here, can they get a miracle run and beat Rotator? Everybody, we're about to find that out.
Oh boy, it's fucking Rotator versus the 6-0 Glitch.
And what a run of machines that it has beaten as well. It's beaten the likes of Hydra. Mac, who else has it beaten? Not just in this episode?
I have this open. I had it open. Hang on.
It's beaten the likes of Hydra. It's beaten the likes of Uppercut. It's beaten the likes of Gruff. It has beaten
Kraken.
So many highly decorated machines.
Kraken.
It's beaten
Ghost
Kraken.
Raptor.
Ghost Raptor, another legend of the sport. It has had 6 epic victories since its debut, and now it's up against tonight's legendary machine, Rotator. I was super hyped for this bout as well, to see the strafing of Glitch versus the undercutter and forks configuration of Rotator.
Yep.
Now, everybody was coming into this expecting quite the spectacle, and oh boy,
what
a spectacle we got now. Yep, we were expecting for Glitch to be shown the door by Rotator here.
Yep.
But after weathering the early hit from Rotator, Glitch manages to strafe into the right spot, and
he disembowels
him. Yes. Damn it, I was about to say that.
I win. I win again.
You stole that from me earlier, you lousy criminal.
I win again. That's like Glitch.
Mac, you are totally living up to your heritage there, aren't you?
I am a lot.
Your ancestors were criminals, and now you are. Bravo.
Yeah, thank you. I try. But man, what a
Glitch.
Fucking hell.
Yes, Glitch managing to maneuver into just the right spot and do what no other machine has done. It tore Rotator apart.
Yeah?
I have never seen Rotator take damage like that before. The closest was when it fought Valkyrie, from what I remember. And even then, all it did was lose some armor plating. That was it. Glitch tore Rotator limb from limb and disemboweled it.
Apparently...
And you could just... Oh, you were saying?
I was gonna say, like, apparently Glitch, like, essentially pushed Rotator's weapon into its own armor.
Oh, wow, is that what happened?
Like, that's what I read, like...
Jesus,
like, that's fucking wild.
That is insane, and you could see it was just, like, there was kind of a mix of cheering, but also almost, like, stunned silence from everyone when they hit like that, because everybody was speechless, and you just look at Victor Soto, and you see him he's just... Make sure that you've got a picture of him for this, his initial reaction. It's just... his jaw just drops because it's like nobody was expecting that. And it was just pure, just awe at because nobody has ever done anything like that to Rotator before. And for that to happen and to such an extreme like that from such an unexpected opponent was insane. And after a few seconds, Victor composed himself and was like, he was just like, okay, yeah, credit where it's due. Well done. And just applauded them as he was getting counted out, because it's like, if you go out, that's how you want to go out as well. There's no room for doubt.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
Yeah.
Like, if you gotta lose big.
Yeah. And, oh my god. And if you're gonna win big. And Rotator definitely won big there as it extended its streak to 7-0.
7-0. Can it make it to 10-0?
Oh, can you imagine if it did that? Can you imagine if it wins the Golden Bolt?
Dude, it has a massive fucking mountain to climb if it wants to do that. But like, if it can, then Glitch is officially probably one of the greatest rookie bots of all time.
I'd argue it would be the greatest rookie bot of all time in that scenario. It went undefeated in the main season. The only reason that it didn't fight in the tournament was because they withdrew due to technical issues.
Yeah, like. It could be one of the biggest upsets of any sport, like, imaginable.
Yeah, this is straight up a miracle run for Glitch. Glitch proving itself so far to be the rookie monster, the legend killer, as well.
It's basically a drunken master. Like, it lulls you in with a fucking sense of security as it sort of fumbles about, and then it just murders you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, how the hell do you fight this thing? Especially when they get used to actually being able to, like, drive it without any of the technical issues in the future. Yeah. This thing, it could very well prove to be unstoppable.
Ironically, once the glitches are out of it, it's gonna be a monster.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, 10 out of 10 ending to a great episode. I very much enjoyed this episode, and I am so glad to see Glitch doing so well.
That was a wild story.
Oh, yes. And pour some out for Rotator. I was sad to see Rotator go down like that, but at the same time, I was so happy to see that happen in that manner.
What a way to go.
What a way to go. And, oh, man. Just everybody just completely speechless at it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right, so next week...
So with that... Yes, next week. Take it away, Mac. Okay. Who's fighting who?
Okay, so next week we have Big Deal versus Bloodsport.
Yes.
Jack, explain what Big Deal is.
Well, it's a control bot. It uses forks, and I believe it's got a lifter as part of it. But, yeah. It's a interesting machine, but it didn't do very well when it attempted to compete in the main competition.
Oh, okay.
But then again, you never know. You never know with Battlebots champions. We've seen a number of like completely insane scenarios so far. So
yeah, we literally just had upset the episode.
Yeah. And who's it up against?
Bloodsport.
Yeah.
It's either going to be a massive upset or another Bloodsport murder.
Yep. Oh, man. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes, though.
Absolutely. We have Blade versus Kraken. Our boy.
Now that's a fight I'm actually really interested in seeing how it goes, because I really want to see Kraken win that fight, but I also kind of want to see Blade actually live up to its potential.
Yeah.
Because everybody's observed with Blade, it's essentially Tombstone if it was given all of the bells and whistles that people insist Tombstone should have.
Yeah.
Like, give it wheel guards, give it a wedge at the back for if its weapon breaks and everything. And unfortunately for Blade, it's just nothing has gone right for it in the actual main season. But who knows? We could see it go big here.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they figured they got the older jitters out, essentially.
But at the same time, I really want to see Kraken win.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love Kraken. I want to see him win the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Wally.
Next bout?
We have Deadlift versus Blacksmith.
Yep, and I've immediately written that off as Deadlift is going to lose that one.
Yeah, I mean, Deadlift is a gimmick bot.
And I really, really, really want to see Blacksmith win. I love Blacksmith, and I always want it to do well. It just unfortunately never does.
Yeah. I mean, this could be the show for it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And finally, we have Switchback, yes, versus Our guy, Lucky.
Ah, yes. Morning,
Yeah,
Luckies.
it's coming. It is coming. You can't escape it.
Oh. And with that, we come to the end of the episode, and
Yes.
I think it's pretty obvious what we're going to be
Yeah.
discussing
Also,
in this week.
we should also mention that next week's main defender is Scorpios.
Oh, yes, Scorpius. Oh, man. That is going to be a very, very tough opponent for whoever gets there.
True. But we said that last week against Rotator, and look what happened.
True, but at this point, we're not dismissing it as who's Rotator going to be.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna make that fucking mistake again. Q 2 weeks from now. Oh yeah, who's which doctor gonna beat? Oh boy.
Oh man. With that, we come to the end of the episode, and it's pretty obvious what we're going to be talking about in our off-topic section of the week.
We are going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super, the movie, the new one. Which actually was the other day. I mean, no. I mean, like, I could talk about it a little bit, like, because, like, you haven't seen it yet, have you?
I have not, and I probably will not.
Dude, I highly recommend you go watch it, because, like, it's really good.
I'm pretty sure they're not showing it where I live.
Really?
Anyway.
Damn.
Yeah.
I guess let's wait until
Just
wait until it's on YouTube or video done.
Mm.
Because, like, I enjoyed it.
Okay, well, I have been hearing good things about it, but yeah, it just doesn't seem to be showing in my neck of the woods, and I'm very, very behind on anything Dragon Ball these days anyway.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Future Makon here. Here to let you know that we pretty much go straight into the Better Call Saul discussion and spoilers, like, immediately, so if you don't want to get spoiled on Better Call Saul's finale, and yeah, it's like, go to this time on the screen. Alright, back to the episode. Bye.
But yes, we had another big piece of media this week, the end of an era, as we got the final installment in the entirety of the Breaking Bad verse, as Better Call Saul finally drew to a conclusion.
Oh, it did. What a perfect ending.
Absolutely. Like, that was about as neatly as you could wrap up the entire Breaking Bad verse. Fantastic acting throughout the episode as well. Very, very well written, and it was just an absolute treat to watch.
It was. What was your favorite thing?
Just Bob Odenkirk's performance throughout the entire thing.
I'll say everybody's performance.
And especially when Saul had his back to the wall as well and was offered that 30-year plea deal and managed to bargain down 180 years all the way down to 7.5, and making it very clear the only reason that he did... and when he, we should probably explain that this
spoilers,
is going
by
to
the
be a
way.
spoiler.
Yeah. I'll put like the like a warning. I'll put like a fucking warning at the start, like, and think, oh hey, spoilers for Breaking Bad, yeah. Like that'll be like a insert audio.
But yeah, just like, how can I even put this, man? It's like, yeah, fantastic ending to everything, and the way that he managed to bargain it down to 7.5 years, and the only reason that he gets hit with the big 86-year sentence that he gets is because he opts to actually, confess to everything.
Yeah, he turns babyface. He turns Jimmy again.
With that, yeah, Saul Goodman dies, and Jimmy McGill is back.
Oh, so I'll really like mention the thing like when I was talking to him about it, like at the end when he's like with Kim, like when he's smoking the cigarette, like the only color in that like moment's like the lighter, like the fire.
Yep.
I didn't notice that when watching first, but like that's such a fucking awesome detail.
I think that's to show the rekindling of their relationship more than anything else.
Yeah, I fucking love that.
And yep, it's also a nice little reflection to the first time we saw them on screen together. In the very first episode of the show was them sharing a cigarette.
Exactly.
Back then as well.
Like that.
Oh, but yes.
Beautiful parallels. Like an amazing show. Like this show just hit. It hit like it was perfect. It hit different.
Absolutely. No, just fantastic ending. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the general Breaking Bad series universe.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is easily one of, like, the greatest fucking TV, like, universes of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's fucking incredible. Go watch it, everyone.
Yes, everyone should watch it. And with that, we come to the end of the episode. Matt, do we have anything else we want to talk about this week?
Not really, no. I like to talk about everything.
All right. Well, I look forward to coming back next week because next week's episode looks like it's going to be absolutely bonkers.
It's gonna be great.
All right. Okay, until next time, everybody. He's Mac. I'm Jack. Take care. We love you. Stay safe and see you next week.
Yeah, good night, Luckies.